Hey everyone, stick with us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live, tap the bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. And if you want to join the UBH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you made it this morning here, say good morning, say what up. Right now, S&Ps are down 30, Dow's down 315, Nasdaq is only down 23. Surprisingly, things are in rotation. What's going on, Keith, Jeff, Rodney, Drew, Carl, Tan, Faiz? How we doing? How we doing this morning? If you guys can do me the favor, hit the like button. Been off a few days here, just trying to get the mojo flowing, get the momentum flowing, because I didn't trade. I wasn't trading yesterday. I didn't make any videos. What's going on, Mason? And just trying to get my head back in the game. I was checking things out on my phone yesterday. What's going on, Micah? Kind of go over what happened yesterday. Currently my P&L. This is definitely gonna be dropping this morning. I did yesterday close out BA. So BA, I had a debit spread on. I bought it for 578, closed it for 976, and then I bought another one for 513. So that was the BA was the only trade that I closed. I closed it, and then later on I reopened it. And like 3 hours later, so I closed at 9:17 a.m. and then at almost 1 p.m. I opened up a new trade on it. So I'm in July expiration for BA. So that's kind of where things are at right now. I was up on Disney. I was up on Grub. I was up on Tesla. Down on DKNG. So we'll see how things are going right now. Right now we're pretty skewed to the bullish side, so we'll see how it goes. Who hit the dislike? We just it's okay. Haters are fine. Haters, we need haters to grow the stream, guys. We need haters. It's all good. Because for every one hater, we have 1,000 people that are not haters. So I could use 2 haters right now. Get 2,000 people up on here. No, I mean, to be honest with you, there's a few haters just from people that I've banned. I've banned people from the YouTube channel and Facebook and Discord and those types of places, mainly for treating others poorly and being racist. Those are like the 2 things that traders are. They're arrogant and they treat people terrible, and then they're racist. That's it. You're wearing the lucky hat. I know it's not your lucky hat, but it's lucky for me. Nice. Yeah. I mean, we'll see what we got. I mean, I got a little bit of cushion going into my P&L today. Nothing expires. Well, Tesla expires this week. I have a credit spread on there. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not overly worried about the positions here. Yes, we had a pretty decent drop here on the S&Ps. Looking at SPY, SPY's down to 319 off of 324. But it's also just kind of retesting the lows where it was at yesterday. So it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I mean, we can expect some pullback. I mean, you can't go up every day and not expect a little bit of pullback, right? I mean, one thing I did tell Mason, I want to look at Netflix. Netflix is one stock that I am eyeing as well, kind of consolidating. It's up about $3 right now. It's at 422 right now. Could get a push up to, it's got to clear the 430, 428 area, unfortunately. But I definitely think it could push up to 440. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on Netflix right now. I'm not saying it's going to push up to 440 today. And obviously, this is not investment advice, blah, blah, blah. But I do think that it's showing some pretty healthy consolidation here. Even though it had a pretty good size sell-off, it's been holding this 400 to 420 area. And yes, it would have been way better to buy at 405 the last few days, but here we are. I mean, I missed some major moves yesterday. Not trading. So yeah, I mean that's what I look like. If I was gonna trade this right now, like let's say you're like, oh Nick, put a trade on right now, put on Netflix. I would probably go into July and do like some sort of debit spread, something. I would probably do something like this. I would probably do something like this. Maybe I'd tighten it up a little bit. Really depends on what you're feeling here. Probably would do. Let's see. On a debit spread, I try to keep it under like $700. IV is relatively low, so we get a little bit of expansion. When's earnings for this guy? Oh, that's why July is more expensive, because July 15th they're having. I'm like, why is it so expensive? It's because July 15th they're having earnings, so that's what I would look at. Maybe you would want to, if you believe in it, you would want to bump down a week to the July 10th. Maybe bump down a week to get some cheaper options here, something like that. So you'd still get 30 days on this, and then you would be able to bump down. That's why implied vol. I mean, it's not even that high. I mean, you actually, I mean, it might not actually be a bad trade to put like a pre-earnings trade on right now, like for Netflix, put a debit spread on, run it up for earnings, get the IV expansion. I don't think that'd be bad at all. But then again, you got to have like $800 in buying power. So, I know. I've been trying to kind of tone it down a little bit, because, I've been trading like $5 to $1,000 slots at a time, or trades at a time, and a lot of people don't have those size accounts. So I'm trying to find a little bit of balance here. But actually most of my position sizing right now, besides Tesla, I mean, this BA cost me like $500. Disney cost me $385. DKNG cost me $515. Grub I'm actually in terms of credits, I did sell some calls. So when it spiked up, I still held on a 65 call, but it looks like Grub is not. I mean, I don't know. Grub is not going to be coming back up. Grub is hard down. But luckily, I sold some calls against my long calls, so at least we'll capture something. But I also already sold. I was short the 75 calls, and I already sold that for $100 profit. So whatever. I'm over Grub. me and Grub have like a love-hate relationship. Ariana, I'm not singing. You do not want to hear it this early in the morning, and literally I just woke up a little bit ago. I'm still trying to shake off the anyways, let's get to some of the things that are going on today. If you're just joining, say what up, hit the like button. Let's get into some of the things that we got going on today. Right now, today, we do have the Fed 2-day meeting begins. So probably why the market's reacting the way it is, because there's uncertainty with the Fed. Even though the Fed obviously is probably not going to do anything crazy. If anything, I mean, I think that the Fed's just going to kind of play along with it because it's working, right? TY, what's going on? So, so be mindful. Fed day, Fed week. Tomorrow, press conference. Jerome Powell press conference. So if you're trying to lay in thick, it may not be the best time. It may not be the best time. If you're trying to go all in, and going all in obviously in general is not good, but specifically now, if you're trying to go all in on the Fed, you're gonna have a little bit of problem. I know you are transparent and show your holdings and your strategy behind the play because you show us how your account has been doing till the date. That can actually help us more. I'll think about it. The reason why I don't want to show my account balances is mainly due to just privacy. Mainly just due to privacy. I show my trades day in, day out. But I do see where you're coming out. I mean, it's something I'm like contemplating, but at the same time, I don't know. Just so public. Everything I do is public, I've been hacked before. You got to be careful. I mean, I'm not against it, but I gotta figure some things out. What's going on, Matt? Slick, if you're just joining us, say what up, Michael, Vishnu, sorry. And Tastyworks, I mean, yeah, but I don't really want to show how much money I have in the account in Tastyworks. You can hide the account number, but you can't hide the buying power and all that. Like in Tastyworks on privacy mode, it doesn't hide how much your account balance is. It hides your account numbers, but I mean, I just don't. I mean, would you? I mean, I guess. Do you want me to look? Do you want me to look at your bank account if you hide the account numbers? I don't know. I mean, I don't care. I'm just looking out for my well-being is all. I'm just looking out for my well-being. It's. I mean, you guys on your end, no one sees, but the videos are literally viewed millions of times. So we'll see. I mean, there's a lot going on in the back end, But yeah, I will figure it out. I'll figure something out, so we'll see. But if you don't want to respect that, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I mean, it doesn't really. Yeah, I mean, if you're not like most people, and the other thing is most people just want the quick glance. They want the cliff notes. Like what I'm doing here, day in, day out. I mean, I explain every trade that I go through. I do every single. I go through. I put in the work, and I want the only way to be successful at anything, not only just options trading, is to put in the work. So, if you go through the videos, you want to see why I put positions on, we cover all that. But, most people are just like, oh, I just want to see how much money he made today. Like, which really makes no difference in anything. Like, if I made $500 or I made $1 or I lost $500 or I lost $2,000, like, if it doesn't really matter. The only thing that it matters is what you really learn from that. What do you learn from that? What do you learn from my losing days? What do you learn from my winning days? I mean, that's the only way that you can get better. But seeing, watching, even watching your own P&L. Like I don't even watch my own P&L because I just watch the stocks. Like I literally just I hide my own P&L. I hide my own account balance, and I just trade the way that I want to trade. And so that's the main reason. I'm not against it, but I've been hacked, And also for the videos, I go over all my trades anyway. So, I mean, on the platform and why I put it on. So, typically, a typical trade for me, like if it's a day trade, I'm typically making 10 to 30% on the day trade. And then swing trades, we make a little bit more, make 50 to 80%. That's what it is. Anyways, let's get back to it. Right now, the S&Ps are kind of just chilling right now, just hanging out at their support area. Same with SPY. Surprised I didn't have time to put any trades on. I did put 2 trades on yesterday. So what I did do is I did sell a credit spread for this week on. I did two trades yesterday when I was mobile. I did put a credit spread on Tesla. I sold the 945 put. I bought the 940, so it was a credit spread. And then I put and that was for this week, unfortunately. And then I did put another debit spread on Boeing. So after I got out, I did get into another debit spread on Boeing for July. So I'm long the 235 call, short the 250. So we're gonna be down on that a little bit this morning due to the pullback. I mean, Boeing right now is 222. I mean, it hit 239. It had an upgrade yesterday, pushed it high, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it did come down to like 214 area, but we have a lot of time, like on these trades. Yeah, the mobile life. I really do not like the mobile life. I mean, if I'm losing a lot, you're gonna see it here. I mean, I don't understand. Like if I'm losing a lot, you're gonna see it right here. This is all that I trade. So, and I post my P&L on Facebook, Discord, whatever you want, even on Instagram. Sorry, I'm just going through the comers. So I bought 100 shares of CBL at 30 cents. You'll party with Gunther. What's going on? So the Fed is going to be meeting starting today. Jerome Powell is going to be speaking tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 p.m. So just be mindful. Just be mindful of that. There is some earnings right now. So Stitch Fix did have earnings. I didn't play it this week. We're kind of coming up. I'm kind of doing like since I didn't do a video yesterday, I'm kind of doing a little bit of a weekly recap here. We do have GameStop and AMC this week. Also Lululemon. I'm not too really interested in anything else. Adobe, Lululemon probably the most interested. Chewy's pretty interesting. Not too interested in GameStop or AMC. I mean, I don't really see a trade there. Five Below. Don't really see a trade there. I mean, I'm mainly looking at. I mean, Chewy actually last quarter I did really well on, and then Adobe and Lululemon we might trade it as well. I mean, Lululemon. I mean, just is insane. I mean, insane. This stock is crazy. It's just insane. So I don't know. I don't know if I really want to trade it. I feel like the last few charts that I traded like this, like DocuSign, Zoom, I mean, we made some good money selling premium in here. I just don't know if I keep pushing it, if it's gonna be good, So Apple was another one. Apple pushed up pretty high. They pushed up above this 327, 328 area resistance is right now at 332. Yes, it's down a little bit, but it's really not that bad, compared to what I thought most stocks would be right now. And it's kind of just chilling. And honestly, like my opinion of the market right now is I think that obviously any major dips are probably going to be. I mean, there's literally no fear in the market. There's no fear in the market. I mean, it's just crazy. Sure, VIX has spiked up a little bit, but it's up 3%. but I don't think it's going to hold. I mean, I think the market is just running on optimism. I mean, you're going to have right. I mean, look at SPY right now. People are like, oh, if you get scared on a little bit of pullback, I mean, literally look at what has happened. I mean, it's been green 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row. Like what do you want? You know, what more do you want? Anyone shorting Lulu? I don't think, Mason. I don't think you want. I mean, you could. What is premiums at on this thing? Not as high as I thought it was going to be. It's at 99%. However, the expected move is $26 for this week, which is quite a bit. But I mean, it moved yesterday. Where did it move? Man, it dropped from 323 down to 313. I mean, it dropped $10. I mean, that was crazy. And now it's gapping down a little bit below this. So, you know, as you can see here, it's bounced a couple times. Like here, it bounced at 313 again here. And yesterday it tried to bounce, but it couldn't. And now it's back at 313. So I think Lululemon, it could, like, if you're looking into earnings, it could be a dip buy into earnings. But you want to be, you know, like for me, if I'm going to trade this, I would be very careful, because this thing, people could definitely, you know, reach the top here around 324, 323, and people might want to take their money before earnings. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is literally ran from February, March area, 128 to 324. People are probably going to want to take some money off the table, I would imagine, but you never, I mean, the market right now is so detached, like you don't know where things are, you have no idea where the price is in concerned with reality. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, we have no idea what the price is, because it's so detached. Like, what should it be? Like, it doesn't even matter right now. So you just gotta trade the price and hang on. You know, essentially trade the price on the screen and hang on. A lot of people also are laying in short, or were laying in short. I'm sure they got hurt really bad on a lot of these rip ups. I mean, and that's probably why we're squeezing up quite a bit higher as well, because they got to buy that stock back. So the Fed starts today. Jerome Powell's going to be at 2:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. At 2 p.m. tomorrow, they're going to make their announcement with the Fed interest rate. The decision's forecasted to remain steady at 0.25%. So they're expected to hold. Maybe they'll cut. It's highly improbable that they're going to raise rates. Almost probably like a 99% chance that they're not gonna, you know. But hey, you never know. You never know what Jerome wants to do. You might wake up and say, "Hey, let's figure this out." But I don't think he's gonna do that. But hey, you never know. You never know. Man, work didn't bounce yesterday. I thought work would bounce yesterday, but just sold and kind of ripped up. So I've been looking at work a little bit. I did sell it for earnings. I did lose on it for earnings. I lost $350. But I did like it around here, work around 32. If it could hold this area, I mean, right now it's at 31.60. I mean, this whole 30 to 32 range, if it comes maybe down to 30, it looks like it wants to bounce. Maybe I'll try to get in a little bit. But we'll see. The market is very strong going into Fed meeting, which usually means more rally afterwards. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Anything could happen. And when the market is rallying on overall optimism, I mean, right now, anything like the travel stocks, MGM's ripping up hard. I mean, might get a little bit of pullback today, but people are gonna buy. I mean, people are gonna buy this dip. I mean, let's just be real. Robinhood traders are all like licking their chops over here and like, all right, we got a down day. Let's buy. Wins at 105. What's that? TripAdvisor. The thing that I don't like about TripAdvisor is it was not doing well even before the pandemic. I mean, look at TripAdvisor. I mean, TripAdvisor's been going down pretty good. However, BKNG's pretty much almost recovered. I mean, it's back in the range it was pre-corona. I mean, the bottom of the range was around 1,800, and it's above 1,800 now. And BKNG had like pretty much a full recovery. I mean, it went up like 200 points in one day that one day. I mean, just crazy. United Airlines also looking at is down a little bit at 45. I mean, pullback is expensive, expected here. You know, you good, Nick? You look a little blue. I'm tired. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm tired. Had a very long weekend into yesterday. And no, I was not partying. I was doing adult things. Delta the same. So I think anybody to pull back. People are also like too much seeing. Are thinking like, hey, did I miss the run? Blah blah blah. They're gonna buy the pullback, any pullback, because there's a lot of FOMO right now in the market. A lot of FOMO. Oh, you meant Eagles, yeah. You don't like my matching hat with my shirt? Let's see here. Market's gonna open just a few minutes here, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna be down at the open. For the people that are concerned about me making money or losing money, we're gonna be down at the open for sure. For sure, gonna be down at the open. So I lose money just like everybody else. You know, I confused DKNG with BKNG. What was I? Oh yeah, DK. No. If DKNG right now was 1800, I mean, the trade that I have on. I mean, I'm holding the 45 calls. I mean, if DKNG went to literally 1800, I mean, that would be insane. By the dip paragon. Did I talk about Tesla yet? So I'm in Tesla right now. Tesla broke through all fresh highs. I mean, it's holding 940 right now. It did pop up to 957 at close. I mean, is it after hours? Yeah, it closed. It closed at 949, popped up to 957. I mean, it's just crazy. People are just piling into Tesla. I mean, it's very dangerous up here, of course, and it's gonna come a little lower. But any sort of momentum on the market is gonna push this thing. You know, it's just gonna push this thing. I tried shorting Tesla, you know, months ago, and I find that it's easier just to buy the dip on Tesla. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much its market cap is. It doesn't matter what Elon's saying on Twitter. It doesn't matter about anything. All that matters is just pick the easier trade. Pick the easier trade. And when looking at Tesla, the easier trade is buying the dip. I mean, that's it. That's it. I mean, sometimes I feel that we overcomplicate our trades so much that we lose sight of the obvious, and that's probably why some of the Robinhood traders, a lot of Robinhood traders win, because they just go with what's obvious. Now, that doesn't work 100% of the time, and sometimes you need more information. But in a time like today, where price action's all that matters, keeping it simple is the best thing that you can do. Keeping it simple is the best thing that you can do. Overcomplicating it with technical analysis and overcomplicating it with the pandemic and overcomplicating it with Trump or the Fed or any politics or riots and all that, you know, like, just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. You'll the burden will be released and you will trade a lot better without that stress. But yeah, I mean, I'm down on DKNG right now. I'm down 250. I did have a short call against this. I did get some money for. I think I made like $50, but I'm down 200 on this position right now due to DKNG being under 40. So is today the day to sell or hold? All right, market just opened up. So yeah, we're gonna be down a little bit. We're gonna be down a little bit, giving up some gains here. But at least the open positions. I mean, we had some gains to give up, so we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll see what happens here, but yeah, probably should have closed some positions yesterday. What's going on here? I think Grub just has some illiquid options that open, because seems like I shouldn't be up this much. However, I am up quite a bit. I'm probably gonna have to close these short calls. I mean, there's only 55 cents left in these short calls on Grub. Wow. Well, that's why. Bid is 0. Ask is 90. And the bid on the calls is 60 on the 65, and the ask is it was $1.95, now it's $1.25. So you need some contracts to be traded there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. But I'm probably gonna have to buy back these calls here, because if they're only like 50 cents or something, or they go down, if these calls, well, they're at 90 cents or 5 cents. If these calls go down to 20 cents, 30 cents, I'm gonna have to close them, because there's no point in leaving on short calls that only have like 20 cents left in there. So, Boeing we're down. We made $400 on. I made $400 on Boeing yesterday, but man, it's taking a beating today. We got time though. It's all good. Airlines getting crushed. Check out Hertz. I mean, I don't think, do you really want to buy a company that's going into bankruptcy protection that most likely will result in the liquidation of shares? I just don't understand. I don't understand why people are buying Hertz. I just don't understand why you would buy Hertz going into bankruptcy protection when it's most likely going to liquidate shareholders. So I just stay away. Stay away from LK too. I'm out. I don't mess with LK. I mean, anyone that's going into bankruptcy. I mean, there's so much opportunity in the market right now. Like, don't mess with these stocks like LK, Hertz. I mean, there's so many better stocks that you could be trading now. Now I'm not trying to put you down or anything, but I'm just saying, like, look up bankruptcy protection, and this is mostly due to lack of research. Research why this is and what happens during bankruptcy protection. Maybe you'll be okay, maybe you won't be okay, but you got to be careful. Datadog. So Datadog has been ripping. It made an all fresh high yesterday. It looks like it's going to continue that today, possibly. I mean, gap down, but it's fighting back. The market right now, the S&Ps right now, what I'm looking at right now is they're just kind of chilling. So the market is figuring out what it wants to do. Boeing is coming back up a little bit. I mean, Boeing took a pretty big dip down there to 213. It's at 218. So volatility is here. Volatility is here. It's nice swings, nice price action. I am trading so if you guys don't know what this is, I did put on my first trade. I'm down on it. I bought the dip probably a little bit too early. So what this is, I bought the Tastyworks. They just came out on June 1st, I think, or June 2nd, called the Small Exchange. And I'm trading, it's called the Small 75, and you can actually see it's comprised of these components here, futures Small 75 components here. You can kind of see here American Airlines, Apple, Amazon, Boeing, Bank of America, and it's across 5 sectors. So I'm just kind of playing around with it right now on that trade, just seeing what this small exchange is about. Testing out. I'm probably gonna make a video about it. But it's basically futures contracts. So I'm seeing what it is. It's so far pretty interesting. I mean, I am down $60, but it is interesting. I mean, this is a futures contract, so it's not like it's gonna expire today or anything. So don't have to be too worried. Just kind of sit back, watch the price action, and kind of see how it goes. I am long this contract. So what happened to soybeans? Let's see what did happen to soybeans. Christopher, are you and I the only one that trades soybeans here? Or anyone else trades soybeans here? I haven't traded soybeans in a minute, but man, Tesla's down 14. Yeah, I mean they just took that out. But the good news is, Christopher, I mean, it ramped up hard. If this comes back down to 840, 845, I'm gonna be a buyer for sure. If it comes back down to here, I will be a buyer. But however, you just gotta be careful about some of the trade news is all. That's the thing about soybeans and some of the futures on, like, pork and all that stuff is you got to be careful. Looks like futures are trying to rip up. S&P's trying to rip up a little bit. SPY's trying to rip up back above 320, defending it. So it's cutting some losses. You know, Dow's literally up 100 points from where we were a few minutes ago. It's down 229 now. So not terrible. Not terrible. We still kind of I probably should have closed yesterday. I was up 45% on Disney, didn't close it. But look at this. This is interesting. So implied volatility. So even though it's gone down, implied volatility is increasing in Disney because the calls. Look at the calls. 125 calls are doing well. However, because even with this down move, I'm still down money on this 140. I'm down money on this 140 short call here. I was like, well, maybe I could buy back this short call today and make a little bit of money and then reload when it spikes up. But doesn't look like that's the case. I'm break even on the 140 short call, down $1. So we just wait. We just wait. Looks like Grub's pushing up. Let's see if this bid ask got a little bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close these out. I got them for. I bought those short calls, or I sold those short calls for $1.85. I didn't buy them. For $1.85. So I got $1.85 credit for 2 of them, and now they're worth anywhere somewhere between 30 and 75 cents, so 50 cents about. So if it goes a little bit lower, they really will serve no purpose for Grub. So I don't know why you guys are getting mad about me not showing my P&L when this is all that I show. I mean, Tasty Works, they don't even show P&Ls. If you tune into Tasty Trade. And I show you guys a lot. So Boeing just a minute ago, this was down 200 and now it's only down 66. I mean, that's a crazy bounce back. I mean, that's crazy. Look, it went from 213 to 224. We just got to be patient. Nasdaq turned green there for a second. Yo, Clinton, what's going on? What's a good cheap stock for beginners? I mean, I mean, depending on what you want to do. I mean, some of the stocks I like to trade that are low price. Teva I really like because you get really for a $12 stock, you get dollar-wide swings really quite often. It is a pharma stock, so just be mindful of that. It is a pharma stock. Be mindful of that. Teva's really good. Snap is also really good. But I would stick to ETFs. XLF's good. XLE is good. I mean, that's what I would focus on, like as a beginner. Focus on sectors: financial, energy. Trade XLF. Trade Teva. Trade Snap. Those would be at the top of my list, and I do trade them from time to time. What's it called when you sell a call and a put at the same strike? So that would be a naked straddle. So like if I went in, let's say I went into AMD, right? AMD is good. I mean, it's getting a little bit higher price for most people, but I mean if you went short like that, that would be a naked at the money. That would be a straddle. So basically what you want to happen here is for it to stay the same, you just click the premium on both sides. Yeah, so if you were short these strikes and you wanted to add a wing here on each side, yeah, then you would make it. That would make it an iron condor. Yep. Yes, sir. Amazon. So Amazon was upgraded today. So just be mindful, they were upgraded to 3,000 this morning. So Amazon's pushed up. They were upgraded to 3,000. I mean, they are pushing up higher. So let's see here. These stocks just cannot be stopped. I mean, they just cannot. But yeah, with upgrades, I mean it's going nuts. I mean Boeing's holding here at 222. So let's see, Grub. So Grubhub was bouncing back a little bit. So Grubhub went up on the other day on, what was that, Friday. So Grubhub went up on news that they were looking to get offers from other people, not just Uber, and then it ripped up. So that's why I sold those. I wanted to keep the 65 calls in case it went up, so I turned it into like a free spread. However, it did nothing but drop. So we're gonna try to collect the premium on that. You think the market's gonna end green? I hope so. Even this smalls position that I put on, we're coming back up. I was down like 70. Now I'm only down 47 on this smalls position, so it's kind of coming back. I paid for that smalls position today. I just put it on because I was just trying to test it out. I paid 50.55 for it. It's at 50.08. So we're coming back. We're coming back. Yeah, BA is bouncing up hard. Beyond always, when Beyond dips hard, and they were up yesterday on that China news, right? I mean, unfortunately I missed it. But you know, you can't be there every day, you can't be trading every day, you can't be. Sorry, my phone was going off here. All right, any other stocks you guys want to look at? Future Hebes, was that, Nick, was that an Iron Condor or you did on Zoom last week? Future Hebes, it was. Yeah, I sold premium. I sold at the money. Yep. Work. Oh, IBM or Diz? Okay, let's look at Diz. Oh, big news. Forgot. Apple, I don't know if you guys heard, but it could be as soon as a few weeks to months. Apple is going to be using their own chips inside their Macs, and I mean they're already doing it in iPhones and all that, iPads. But in Macs, they're currently use Intel products. I forgot to mention this. INTC could definitely take a hit from this. They're not looking like it today, but just keep in mind, Apple is going to stop using Intel chips, and they've developed their own chips to power. Right now they're using Intel, but they're going to be developing their own chips to. That reminded me, Ten. Thanks for reminding me. But yeah, let's look at Disney. Just be mindful of that. It's not reflecting the price right now, but you know you got to keep some information in the back burner. So Disney, I'm in on right now as well. You know, looking for. I mean, it's been holding this 124, 125 area pretty well. So let's go into. I mean, I definitely think it could definitely. My target here is the 130 area, but I mean, I might take even 128 at this point. But watch, it breaks 128 and goes like 135. Tries to, but I mean, I think it looks healthy. A little bit of pullback. I mean, the one thing that I know about trading Disney is that it moves slow. So you just gotta kind of chill, wait for it. When it moves up, it moves up. When it moves down, it really moves down. So with Disney, you just have to be extremely patient because it takes a long time to get to where it wants to go. That's what I've learned about trading Disney. Michael, work. Yeah, I did cover work earlier. I said I like it here around 32. If it comes down to 30, I definitely will try it a little bit. I'm kind of seeing what happens here. If it gets rejected at 32 again, if it tries to retest and bust through, I'd like to put a position on. But if it gets rejected, I'd like to wait. So that's kind of my idea right now on work. Right now, Donkey Kong. SPG. So SPG, I think SPG is tough, man. SPG really tough. I mean, they're in the commercial real estate business. A lot of retailers are closing up shop over, you know, the pandemic, and they were struggling already. And Simon owns a lot of malls across the country, and I think it's going to be impacted. However, I don't think it's going to be like, hey, short them and they're going to go down a lot this week. But I do think that they're going to head lower. I mean, I do think that. I don't think they're going to come back up to 150, 140. I mean, they could. And people are like, Nick, you're wrong. They did come back. I mean, they could. I mean, anything could happen. It's the stock market, right? But my personal opinion, I think that they're gonna have a hard time. I mean, they do pay a fat dividend. I don't know if they're getting rid of their dividend. Well, it looks like they did because they've been paying dividends every quarter. Looks like they didn't pay a dividend this quarter. They were paying a hefty dividend. So I'll have to look that up. They were paying a $2.10 dividend, which is huge, but looks like they're not anymore. So I'll have to look into that on Simon. Yo, Tan, nice job. Johnny, Cat. So Caterpillar. The only thing I would say about Caterpillar is some of the China news is starting to heat up, and this will definitely impact it. I mean, it's come back up to where it was pre-pandemic. So if it can hold this area 130, 135, 140, I mean, I think that'd be good. I mean, I think yes, it's down a little bit right now. Will it recover? Probably. I mean, every stock goes up, right? I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, people are like, I don't even have to be good at trading. I just put the stock up. The stock just goes up. Just buy whatever you want. Stocks only go up. They never go down. Except for a few months ago, they were crying, But the problem was how many people shorted the bottom and didn't buy back in, lost all their money. It's a shame. That's why, like, for me, for like my investments, I literally did nothing. I just sat there and did nothing. Yeah, I don't know about this. I gotta look into NKLA. I don't know. It's just a little bit too much. It's a little bit too much for me. I'm looking to chill. I don't know anything about this company. So I mean, in 4 days it's gone from a low of 91 to a high of 93. So I mean, it is, but the options, what are the options trading on this thing? What are we doing here? Yeah, IV rank 135%, 559%. And they got earnings on Friday. They got earnings Friday? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to do with this, I guess you could sell. I mean, if you want, you could sell any dip. You just buy. I mean, people are buying any dip here. I mean, just sell some call spreads on it, I guess. So it's saying in Tastyworks. Tastyworks is saying the R612. What about Thinkorswim? What are they saying? What are they saying about earnings? They're saying July 31st, so I don't know. July 31st. So yeah, I guess there's mixed messages about when earnings are for this stock. I don't know. But yo, that rich premium kind of makes me wanna. I kind of want to sell some premium in there. I mean, 559% premium IV implied volatility for this week expiration. However, you have a really good chance of getting your face bit off. I mean, what can we do? I feel like there's an opportunity here to sell some premium, but I gotta look into it. Boeing not doing too good. Boeing is not doing too well right now. So, anyways, I gotta run. You guys have a great trading day. Seem like my P&L is a little mixed right now. So we'll see what we can do to balance it out a little bit. But we'll get through it. We had a good day yesterday. So you guys all have a great day. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.